beautiful Saturday afternoon in downtown Toronto at the Rogers Centre. The Boston Red Sox set to take on the Blue Jays in the middle game of a three-game set. The beauty of baseball, you play every single day, so you have a chance to erase the memory of a 14-3 loss on Friday night. Hello, everybody. I'm Buck Martinez along with Pat Tabler. And Pat, one of the real bright spots of this team all year long has been the success of the starting pitching staff. Young starters doing very well, but lately, over the last week, they've been knocked around a little bit.
And they have faced some really good offensive teams in the Yankees, the Minnesota Twins, and the Boston Red Sox, teams that rank 4th, 5th, and 6th in the American League in batting, and it really shows in the numbers and what they have done over the last 6 games.
And one thing that we have seen quite frequently is the young starters' inability to avoid the big innings. And last night, again, it was a big inning that really led to Ricky Romero's undoing.
2 starts in a row now for Romero. He cannot get out of the 3rd inning, and everything the Boston Red Sox hit or took, they got on base. They made great adjustments after the 1st inning. They said, they were very wild swinging in the 1st inning. They said, let's make this guy throw strikes. Well, they tried to, and Romero and Talent had trouble throwing the ball where they needed to.
Yeah, very patient attack all throughout that inning. They ended up scoring 7 runs in the 3rd inning, and it was a real ugly game. But this Boston offense is among the best in all of baseball.
You have to be impressed with what they have done with all the injuries. They lost Cameron and Ellsbury and Lowe early, Veritek, Pedroia, Hermida later, but they keep doing it. Look where they are in runs scored, #1 in the American League. So the names have changed, but the results have not for the Red Sox.
Now, Brandon Morrow goes to the mound for the Blue Jays. He was the Blue Jays pitcher of the month in June, had a great start in his first July start against New York. Pat, what did you like about Morrow against the Yankees?
I love how Brandon Morrow battled the Yankees. We all know how the Yankees get up there. They'll take pitches. They'll make you work. But Morrow was equal to the task, throwing fastballs and a good slider in that game. Now, he really deserved a lot better in that game. I thought it was one of his better games stuff-wise. He took a lead into the 6th inning, and then this happened. A fly ball to center field with 2 outs. Dwayne Wise loses it in the sun. Gardner comes around to score. But to Morrow's credit, he came back against Pena and bam, struck him out right there. And that's the ability that Morrow has, that when he gets himself into trouble, he can strike people out. Look at these numbers for Brandon Morrow over 9 innings.
Second in the American League in strikeouts per 9 innings behind Jared Weaver of the Angels. Morrow truly has taken care of what he can control. That was a great example when he struck out Romero Pena. John Lackey was a free agent in the offseason. Red Sox had a need. Lackey has never pitched well against Boston, so I guess he felt, hey, if you can't beat him, why not join him? So more on that, let's check in with Sam Cosentino.
Buck, in his career with the Angels, Lackey was 5-7 with a 5.25 ERA against the Boston Red Sox. So, to make things worse, he faced them in 07, 08, and 09 in the playoffs. 4 starts all told with just 1 win, and that came last year in Game 1 of the ALDS. He outbattled John Lester, going 7 1/3, 4 hits, no runs scored to win his first in 4 tries in the postseason. So when free agency came along, hey, you're right, Buck. If you can't beat him, you may as well join him.
Brandon Morrow will make his 2nd July start. He was the pitcher of the month in June for the Blue Jays, a 1.91 ERA. He looks to me like he's a budding ace.
Sportsnet. Brought to you by your local independently owned home hardware or home hardware building center. Homeowners helping homeowners.
Absolutely gorgeous day here. Saturday afternoon ball game at Rogers Center. The Red Sox are in town. Last night they pounded out 14 hits, scored 14 runs, and they combined to hit 4 home runs. The beauty of baseball, as we mentioned earlier, you get a chance to erase those memories the very next day. Terry Francona's ball club 5 back in the American League East, and they have really been beaten up. We have talked about their injuries, but last night looked like they had their regular A lineup in against the Blue Jays. Take a look at the lineup here for this afternoon game. Scudero, Nava, Ortiz, top 3 in the order. Middle 3 featuring Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, and he has absolutely worn out the Blue Jays this year. 346 with 3 doubles, a home run, and 4 driven in. Beltre really having a bang-up season. He's one of the best turnaround stories in all of baseball. His .338 average is among the best in improvement over last year's batting average. J.D. Drew, Mike Cameron, Bill Hall, and Gustavo Molina, the catcher, in starting today. And they are set to face Brandon Morrow,
who will take the mound for his 18th start of the season. Morrow has been on fire. You mentioned his great June stats. He has allowed 3 runs or less 12 times in his 17 starts this year. A losing record at 5-6, an ERA that's going down every time he takes the mound. Those 107 strikeouts rank him 8th in the American League, and over his last 7 starts has allowed only 13 runs in 46 innings for a very good earned run average of 2.5. Scouting report on Brandon Morrow. He's got a big arm. He can throw it at 96 or 98 miles an hour. It doesn't matter. He is developing very quickly, trying different things, trying to make himself a better pitcher, and it shows. His pitch sequence has been a lot better. He's not afraid to go out there now and say, hey, first pitch, breaking ball, strike 1, and go from there. So it's been a lot of fun to watch Brandon Morrow become a very good pitcher. Defensively for the Blue Jays this afternoon, this is how they will line up. Fred Lewis, Vernon Wells, and Jose Bautista in their usual spots in the outfield. Edwin Encarnacion, Alex Gonzalez. Aaron Hill, Lyle Overbay, and Jose Molina, who, as he has done in the past, has caught Brandon Morrow back behind the dish after a home run in last night's game as the DH.
Back-to-back starts for Molina here this afternoon. Really swinging a hot bat, but boy, has he really helped Brandon Morrow. They have clicked when they're working together. Brandon Morrow all set. He'll face the leadoff batter, Marco Scudero. Scudero had 2 hits in his 3 at-bats last night and got the second half of the game off. First pitch right to Encarnacion, and he boots it. Hot shot off the glove of Encarnacion. Scudero hit it hard, but right to the glove side of the third baseman.
Marco Scudero has a very good on-base percentage, will take a lot of pitches and work the count, but he figures Morrow's going to come in there with that first fastball, and he turns on it. Play should have been made by Encarnacion. He'll be charged with his 8th error of the season. That one skipped up over his wrist. Scudero not wasting any time. 2-hopper right at him.
So the first batter reaches on the air, and now it'll be Daniel Nava, the switch hitter, batting left-handed against Morrow. Hopped out of Molina's glove. One thing you talked about was the ability of Morrow to block out any bad plays behind him. Last time out, he had the fly ball lost in the sun for an inside to Parker.
Yeah, and that tied the score up, and he ended up with a no decision against the Yankees in that game. 6 innings against a very good team that will really battle you. He should have been leading that game, but came right back and struck out the next batter.
Fastball on the corner. 1-1. Daniel Nava, quite an interesting story. He was a college baseball manager, was cut from the team at University of Santa Clara in California, and then didn't get a chance to play pro ball after college. Signed with an independent team, the Chico Outlaws. Just loved to play baseball, and now he's been rewarded. Two balls and a strike.
Nava is a typical Red Sox type of hitter. A lot of base on balls, a high on base percentage. Last year in the minor leagues for the Red Sox, he was at 2 spots, single A and double A. His on base percentage was .458. He also hit about .350 combined, so he's starting to open up some eyes.
Little bouncing ball. Encarnacion with a fine play, and they get the one at second base, but nothing more. Scudero had to hold up. There was a chance that was going to be caught on the line, but Encarnacion bounces back with a good defensive play to get the force out.
That's the thing about Encarnacion is the easy ones he'll throw away, but then the sensational play, he'll make it. This is a very good play. Line drive, short hop. They can only turn one. Encarnacion comes up with an Andy there.
Baseball always gives you an opportunity to redeem yourself, and that time it was very quickly for Encarnacion. Now David Ortiz with the man at first. Ortiz with 17 home runs and 55 driven in. He was shut out in last night's ball game. 0 for 4 with a couple of walks. Good fastball on the inside corner. Must be a little extra movement on Morrow's fastball. Molina's dropped a couple fastballs already here this afternoon.
Maybe he's breaking in a new one. No, he wouldn't be doing that, but you're right. That ball is exploding here in the first inning for Brandon Morrow.
Took a little off, just missed with that two-seamer. He looks in as if to say, where was that pitch? Jeff Kellogg behind the plate this afternoon. Morrow made his first start against the Red Sox last July at Fenway Park and gave up 3 home runs. Ortiz hit one of those 3 home runs. It's downstairs with that fastball. Morrow, that was his only start against Boston last year. He made an earlier start this season back on May 10th. Same pitching matchup. It was John Lackey against Brandon Morrow at Fenway Park, and neither pitcher really pitched well in that game.
Lackey was able to go 6 innings, and the Blue Jays were able to hit him for 6 runs in that game. Brandon Morrow, on the other hand, had a lot of trouble finding the strike zone in that game.
There's John Lackey toweling off. He has completed his warm-up, sitting on the bench, waiting for his hitters to give him a comfortable lead, possibly here in the first. 3 balls and a strike to David Ortiz. Good fastball. Ortiz was late on it. Brandon Morrow in that last start against the Red Sox had 6 walks. Lasted just an inning and 2/3. That walk total tied his career high. But it's been a totally different pitcher we have seen of late.
From that start, that was back on May the 10th in Boston. Just an inning and 2/3. But from that outing, he has been great. The walks have been down.
3-2. There goes Nava. Ball 4. Good throw from Molina. But it was after the fact. Molina is still perplexed by the strike zone early in this game. He's not really sure where they need to throw it.
He is trying to get his pitcher that borderline pitch. There was a pitch to Ortiz that was right at the knees. That was called a ball. And this time, Molina thinks this is a strike. This one is down and possibly off the plate. And after that play, he went right to the umpire and asked him where that was.
So now with the runner at second, Kevin Youkilis, first and second, 1 out. We'll go through a different series of signs here with the man at second base. And Molina, not wasting any time, is going to go out here and try to get Brandon Morrow back into the strike zone. One thing you can do as a catcher right here is, even though Morrow may be concerned about the strike zone, is, hey, you make your pitches, continue to pitch, I'll take care of the strike zone, and we'll work things out.
Don't worry about the base runners. That's another thing. You know, they're on base. Don't worry about them. You make your pitch and you're going to get out of the inning.
There's a strike. You can see Molina was set up on the inside. That ball went all the way across the outside but caught the corner.
But he did a good thing. He held that ball right there. to give him a little bit longer look at it.
A ball and a strike to the Red Sox first baseman. Well, you can see he's pulling his pitches to the first base side of the plate right now. We haven't seen that. Bruce Walton's done a great job of refining Morrow's delivery, and he's had very good command. So they go to the breaking ball, trying to throw a strike and miss. 3 balls and a strike. We had talked about this rough patch of games for the starters, their inability to avoid the big inning. And last night again, it was a big problem.
It happened in New York. It happened in last night's game.
Sharply hit to left field. Nava will get the stop sign. He'll hold at third. And the Sox have loaded the bases.
You know, the thing, though, about Morrow is his ability, his stuff. He can get out of the inning. He can reach back for a little bit more and find it. Kevin Youkilis, 3-1. He is going to look for a fastball and get it right down inside. When he pulls it, hits it so hard by Encarnacion and Gonzalez into left field. Nava cannot score from second base.
And you can't take any gambles when you have the red-hot Adrian Beltre coming to the plate. Outside. Falls behind Beltre. We mentioned hitting .346 against the Blue Jays this season. Hit a home run in last night's game. Also walked twice and doubled.
He used to hit from a very exaggerated closed stance to keep that front shoulder in there a little bit longer, had power the other way. But has changed a little bit, opened up a little bit. He's a little bit more square now with the pitcher. Fenway Park might have something to do with that. Get the ball in the air.
There's a ball in the air, but not very deep. Fred Lewis coming in very shallow in left field. Nava tags, but he'll be held at third. Beltre got jammed and popped it up to left field. Brandon Morrow's got a chance to get out of it.
With no damage, even with the error. That's his stuff. That good fastball on the inner half. Beltre, the slugger, looking for number 14 here, and he's tied up. This ball got in on him. Cannot extend through it. Muscles it out in the short left field.
One problem the Blue Jays have had also over the last month or so is the young starters giving up 2-out hits, not being able to finish off the inning. Big inning right here for this ball game in Brandon Morrow. J.D. Drew, the left-handed hitter. Boy, that ball is moving all over the place, and that's what's causing some problems with Morrow getting the ball in the strike zone. You can see Molina fighting it a bit.
Yeah, just the way that he is receiving it. Usually it's very soft, and he keeps it right there in the strike zone. That thing must be moving everywhere.
There's a ball that just caught the outside corner. Dramatic movement. That's a two-seam fastball that he's really developed over the course of the summer.
Hard to believe that he has never thrown a pitch like that before. Now you see it diving all over the place.
Ball on the strike to J.D. Drew. On the ground. Big foul. Well, you see Brandon Morrow's ability to throw 97-98, and everybody gets enamored with that. Lights up the radar gun, but it was straight. Four-seam fastball. And again, Rick Langford, Bruce Walton continue to make minor adjustments with Morrow, but now he's doing all the work. Cameron on deck. 2 outs. The bases are loaded here in the first. There's 97 with the four-seamer, just missed.
Yeah, and I think that's the next pitch to come for Brandon Morrow, where he can take a two-seamer against a left-hander like that and pitch inside and catch that inside corner.
Breaking ball around the plate. It'll be a full count. Daniel Nava is at third base. David Ortiz, he walked. He's at second. Kevin Youkilis had a single to left field. Bases are loaded. Full count, 2 outs. Runners will be off on the pitch. Popped up, foul territory. Encarnacion just can't get to it. Wasn't hit high enough. We have seen Morrow over his last 6 or 7 starts throw breaking pitches on full counts.
First pitch breaking balls, full count breaking ball. He might not have a feel for that breaking ball here in the first inning, so it looks like he might want to challenge J.D. Drew, and he's got that ability to reach back for just a little bit more.
Full count. Runners are off and running, and there's a bases loaded walk. Red Sox score the first run of the game on a bases loaded walk, and Yonara comes in to score. Mike Cameron swung at the first pitch he saw in last night's game and hit an RBI single into center. Breaking ball knocked down by Molina.
Bruce Walton is going to take a timeout. He sees something the way Morrow is delivering the baseball.
Got to give the Red Sox credit. They were talking after the game yesterday. Ricky Romero in the first inning, they went 1-2-3 and they went very quickly, swinging at a lot of pitches. When they started the second inning, they said, okay, let's see if we can make him throw some strikes. And they just sat there and they waited until they got into good hitters counts. They scored a couple runs and then knocked him out in the third inning. They're doing the same thing here with Brandon Morrow.
And I'm sure Walton sensed that Morrow was trying to muscle his way through this inning and went out there and said, hey, let's back off a little bit, make a good pitch, and give yourself a chance to get out of this thing. Upstairs with the fastball. He's only thrown a couple of 4-seam fastballs in this inning, and that 2-seamer is moving so dramatically he hasn't been able to find the strike zone. A ball and a strike to Mike Cameron. Bases are loaded. 95.
Easy cheese. Doesn't look like he's trying to rip it through him right now.
One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cameron lays off the high fastball. Strike 3 call. Dropped the breaking ball on Cameron, and Morrow doesn't. He minimizes the damage. The air led to an unearned run, bases loaded walk, but it could have been worse. He strikes out Cameron to end the inning. today. 4 for 9 with a pair of doubles. Hill, Overbay, and Encarnacion, and Jose Molina, as we mentioned, getting the start behind the plate here today. They are all set to take on John Lackey.
For his 18th start of the season, 9-4 with a 440 earned run average in his 17 starts this year. Opponents hitting 295 off of Big John. In his career versus Toronto, 4-3 with a 374 earned run average. And Lackey gives them depth against the Blue Jays. He has gone at least 6 innings in each of his last 8 starts against Toronto since 2005.
Now, Lackey is one of those guys that goes out there, and when you know he's going to the mound, you don't expect to go out and visit him until 6th or 7th inning.
The last time he threw fewer than 6 innings was all the way back on May the 21st.
He's throwing nothing but fastballs now, trying to establish his fastball to Fred Lewis. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball, down and in, and pulled foul. Bright sunny day here at Rogers Center. Beautiful day to work for baseball players. Nice and loose. Not that muggy. Nice crowd here on hand. Fair ball down the right field line, up against the wall. Lewis around first. He's headed for second. J.D. Drew will get it back to the infield. Lewis starts things off with a leadoff double. That breaking ball down and in is something that he saw a lot of early on and hit it hard.
Yeah, and I don't think that's where you want to throw Fred Lewis, because he has shown that he can really handle that pitch. Gets the bat head out and rips it down the right field line for another extra base hit from that leadoff spot. 23 doubles now for Lewis, and the Jays are off to a good start.
Freddie had his leadoff home run on Thursday. Game against Scott Baker in the Twins game. 3rd time he has hit a leadoff home run this season. Alex Gonzalez takes the breaking ball. Gustavo Molina is the catcher tonight. Remember, the Red Sox have lost both of their frontline catcher, Victor Martinez and Jason Veritek. Kevin Cash caught last night. Molina, coming into this season with just 19 games of Major League experience, gets the call this afternoon.
Yeah, and just 3 games as a catcher for the Red Sox, so the familiarity between he and his starters are not there yet.
Down the left field line. Fred Lewis will come around third. He'll score. Alex Gonzalez is headed for second. Back-to-back doubles, and just like that, we're tied at 1.
And back-to-back doubles off of a breaking ball from John Lackey. Right now is just spinning over there. Watch this one. Right over the heart of the plate. Gonzalez, he gets the head of the bat out, rips it down into the corner, changes places with Fred Lewis, and we're all tied.
So with Gonzalez at second, his 24th double of the season, he's in scoring position for Jose Bautista. Looked like the catcher wanted timeout before Lackey threw that pitch. Just asked for it too late. Bautista, a great fastball hitter. Has to be looking fastball after the 2 curveballs were hit.
He touched up John Lackey for a home run back in Boston the last time these 2 teams met, back on May the 10th.
(3-0). Red Sox have won 5 of the 6 games this year against the Blue Jays. Four pitch walk to Bautista. Still nobody out here in the 1st inning.
Let's take a look at the scouting report for Boston's starter this afternoon. John Lackey, really nothing extraordinary with that fastball that really dictates his success. Gets ahead with it. He'll use it to set up his breaking ball. The cutter, the slurve, and the change. What I like about him is he's a workhorse. He's going to give you lots of innings. He's going to keep you in the game. He had 5 straight seasons when he was with the Angels of at least 32 starts in a season.
Vernon Wells takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Lackey had a long wait in that dugout through that long first half inning. We saw him on the bench after he had taken his seat in the dugout. Finished up his warm-up well before the start of the game. He's been sitting there for a while, and now it looks as though he's lost his edge a little bit here in the first inning. Three and 0. 7 straight balls from John Lackey. Back-to-back walks, 8 straight balls.
That'll load him up. John Farrell's going to come out, the pitching coach for Boston, to have a word with his starter defensively for the Red Sox this afternoon. Daniel Nava will get his start in left field. We saw him come in as a replacement in last night's game. Marco Scudero, Bill Hall up the middle. Hall had a good game with the bat. You mentioned Gustavo Molina. Molina again, just his 3rd start, 3rd game as a catcher for the Red Sox. And he gets to catch Big John Lackey this afternoon.
And if you're wondering, Gustavo Molina is not part of the Jose Molina family. Gustavo is from Venezuela. Jose and his brothers are from Puerto Rico. Bases loaded. Drive into center field. That'll get down in front of camera. Here comes Gonzalez. Bautista will stop at 3rd. Blue Jays have taken the lead. Adam Lynn jumped on the first pitch from Lackey. And why not? He'd thrown 8 straight balls.
That's the best time to get one of those fastballs, those BP fastballs that you have earlier in the day. He's trying to get ahead with that first pitch, and Linda's waiting for him. Base hit up the middle. Bautista has to wait at second base to see if Cameron catches it, so he can only move up 90 feet.
Bases loaded, nobody out for Aaron Hill. Bautista broke down the line. Hill recognized the ball was close at home and stopped him. You really got to zero in on the strike fastball now. Don't think anything else but that.
Don't help him. He is obviously struggling. Isn't that funny? Veteran guys, they will come out and not have that feel for it. Don't help him out.
Off the plate. Lackey's having a tough time throwing strikes. Hill is just 1 for 15 against John Lackey. That's a good take. Borderline pitch, 2-1. Don't have to swing at every 2-1 fastball.
Yeah, and if you're looking for the ball out over the plate 2-0 and he throws it on the inside, you don't want to be jamming yourself. So Hill takes it. Good numbers with the bases loaded.
It's jammed on that pitch and fouls it. 2-2. Blue Jays have taken the lead here. Red Sox scored a run top half the inning. Blue Jays have scored 2. And Lackey is yet to record an out. Backhanded knocked down by Beltry. He'll step on the bag for 1 to first base. Not in time. Bautista comes in to score. Hill picks up the RBI, and Adrian Beltre saved extra base hit, robbing Aaron Hill as he knocked that ball down with the backhand.
Boy, he certainly did. He's won a Gold Glove in the past, and Boston wanted to go out and remake their team, pitching and defense, and it came through big time right there. Beltre saves 2, maybe 3 runs right here on this pitch. He is off the plate, knocks it down. Go ahead, gets the runner at third base, and nearly gets the runner over at first base.
Lyle Overbay cuts on the first pitch and pops it behind shortstop. This is trouble. It'll fall. Overbay has a hit. Lind has to hold up. He can only move over to third, and the bases are loaded again. Lyle Overbay with a base hit.
That'll make up for some of those shots that he had in New York when he was robbed of base hits by Curtis Granderson. Bloops the ball into left field. The runners had the hole. John Farrell on the mound, or on the phone, talking to the bullpen. Overbay aggressive early in the count. First pitch swinging. Inside outs that ball out into no man's land in left field. And Encarnacion has some runs to work with out there now.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Encarnacion has had a good homestand. 5 hits on the homestand. Two balls and no strikes. Popped back out of play. And the numbers for Encarnacion with the bases loaded. 373 with 3 home runs. Had a chance to break this game wide open. Pops it up. Gilchrist battling the sun. Straight up over his head. Makes the catch. Second out of the inning. Scott Atchison, the right-hander, loosening up early. The last thing a skipper wants to see is that bullpen working in the first. 2 outs now for Jose Molina. And the pop-up. Cameron, center fielder, moving over into right center, makes the grab. Blue Jays hit the John Lackey for 3 runs in the first inning. But he gets the bases loaded, gets the final 2 outs. It's 3-1 Toronto.
Your local independently owned home hardware or home hardware building center. Homeowners helping homeowners.
Well, the Blue Jays have taken an early lead, 3-1 over Boston. The Blue Jays have gone 5-5 over their last 10 games here at Rogers Center. And against the Red Sox, they've lost 7 straight at home against Boston. Trying to snap that skid here this afternoon. Both pitchers having a tough time in the first inning. Brandon Morrow stranded bases loaded, allowed just 1 run. John Lackey gave up 3 runs on 4 hits. He too stranded the bases loaded. There'll be 8-9-1 for Boston here in the second. Again, Molina has that ball pop right out of his glove. They haven't seen that from him, and it just looks like the ball's moving all over the place from Morrow.
Yeah, it certainly does. This is a big inning for Morrow. Let's reestablish now, after your offense got you 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning, come out here and pop that strike zone.
Ball on the strike. There's a good fastball on the outside corner. Bill Hall, the veteran, started second base as well in last night's game. Bounced foul.
Very impressive home run in last night's ball game. You see him before the game around batting practice. He put together pretty well. Big, strong. Muscled that ball out in right field yesterday.
Pretty versatile guy. He's played shortstop on a regular basis for the Brewers. Played center field for the Brewers.
Every time the Brewers would come up with a new young player, he would have to move a position. Played some third base. Played some outfield. Ryan Braun came and he moved to the outfield, and they flip-flopped him. He had some good seasons with Milwaukee. Big power numbers.
Breaking ball on the corner, strike 3 call. Morrow delivers a great curveball on the outside corner to start the second inning. Back-to-back strikeouts. He got Cameron to end the first.
Both of them looking. It's a good sign when you've got a good breaking ball. Molina does a good job of holding it right there for the strikeout.
One down here in the second. Gustavo Molina, 0 for 4 on the season. Now you make a great point about Morrow. His ball club erased that early deficit. He needs to come out and make a statement here. There are the numbers from AAA for Molina. 0-2. Looks like Morrow's starting to feel it.
Offense gets you some runs, and you look at the game totally differently.
Missed to that breaking ball. In a good spot down and away. His 3rd career start against the Red Sox. Ripped into right field, past the diving Aaron Hill. Molina gets his first hit of the season. We had talked about the dominance the Red Sox have had over the Blue Jays, and the numbers really reflect that.
Boy, in everything, the team ERA for Boston at 3.7, Blue Jays up over 6, batting average, the home runs scored. They have played them really well, even with all the problems that they have had with the injuries. Terry Francona says, you know, it's hard not having all the big stars in there, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when you see guys come up and they don't expect to be in the big leagues, and now they're starting, playing semi-regular positions for the Red Sox with all the regulars out.
Everybody pulling for each other, and really true meaning of a team right now. With all the problems that they have had, they continue to win. They have won 50 games. Second.
Base hit right field. Scudero lines a base hit into right. First and second with 1 out. Well, that was a good swing. Just stayed up, went the other way with that high fastball.
That's what he does. He really stays on the ball a long time, tracks it, and will make you pay if you make a mistake.
Obviously a height of this pitch. Trying to go down and away.
It was elevated right at the belt buckle for Scudero. Inside outs at the right field.
Left fielder Daniel Nava. Again, Molina set up inside. That ball ran all the way across the plate. Daniel Nava became the 4th player to hit a grand slam in his first at bat a month ago today against Joe Blanton and the Phillies. The first pitch he sees in the big leagues, he hits a grand slam home run. And you talked about how Terry Francona gets pumped up watching these kids play. You can see the reaction in the dugout.
Pulling together. I mean, who would have thought that? A couple of years ago, undrafted. He signs as a free agent with the Red Sox. He's in the big leagues, and he's hitting a grand slam in his first game in the big leagues.
In an emergency, you don't really know what you're going to get from these kids when you call them up mid-season because you've had injuries to your regulars. But everybody gets excited anytime a guy gets his first hit. Everybody's really pleased for him. But then Nava becoming just the 4th major league player to hit a grand slam in his first at bat. And he did it on the first pitch. 0-2. Morrow ahead.
Probably thought this game's easy.
Hadn't hit one since.
Yeah. Small detail. I saw that happen one time with Jay Bell. Jay Bell's first big league at bat was against Bert Blyleven. First pitch he saw in the big leagues. Never been to a big league game. Home run to left center field. Same thing.
Another foul back.
The only problem was he couldn't get the ball back.
Oh, yeah.
You know how you like to get the first ball for everything? That was the 50th home run Bert gave up that year, which was a major league record.
Oh, really?
And the fan knew that and kept it. And we sent baseballs out there, bats, jerseys, everything, and the fan wouldn't give it back. Just wouldn't give it back. So Jay Bell does not have the ball.
And the fan probably lost it. Doesn't know where it is. First and second with one out. Daniel Nava facing Brandon Morrow. A ball and 2 strikes. Long drive right field. Bautista won't get to this one. Off the wall. 1 run comes in. Molina comes in. Right behind him, Scudero will come in, and Daniel Nava has retied the game. Daniel Nava, 2 more RBI. He now has 16 for the season. It's a ringing double over the right fielder's head to the base of the wall.
Pretty good production. The one thing you notice right off the bat, what a nice smooth and fluid swing Nava has. Catches up to that breaking ball and hits it hard to right center field. 9th double for Nava. 2 more RBIs, and we are all tied. Effortless swing.
Very smooth, great extension through the zone. Now David Ortiz with a runner in scoring position swings at the first pitch. Ortiz walked his first time up. So if you like offense, you might have to come to the right spot today. 3 runs on 4 hits for both ball clubs. Oh, 0-2. This game is taking on the complexion of the last 2 Minnesota games. Back and forth. 7-6, 6-5.
The team that hit last had the best chance of winning those games.
Talking about the All-Star game, David Ortiz has signed on to participate for the American League. Cabrera, Ortiz, and Vernon Wells so far for the American League. National League feature Corey Hart, Matt Holliday, and Hanley Ramirez. And I think Hanley Ramirez is still rather questionable. He's got a minor injury he's dealing with. And it's going to be a 4th All-Star name to each squad. But Ortiz has participated in 3 previous home run contests. Vernon Wells has participated in the past, and it's a grind, and a lot of the guys don't want to participate just because it takes so much out of you.
You remember Josh Hamilton, how tired he was at the end of his first round a couple of years ago?
Last All-Star game at Yankee Stadium. A ball and 2 strikes. Fouled back, and Molina got hit with the backswing there. You could hear it as Ortiz tried to get that inside pitch. Hit Molina in the top of the head. Everything seems to be okay. That's the beauty of that hockey style catcher's mask.
He says he loves it. He says his peripheral vision is so much greater when he's wearing a helmet like that.
Two balls and 2 strikes.
The old mask you could only see so far, but with that new type of mask that they have right there, you can see everything, and it's lightweight.
They've made some very important improvements in that hockey style mask. Drive to right field. That's going to get down and go all the way to the wall. Now it comes around third. He'll score. Ortiz headed for second. Back-to-back run-producing doubles for the Red Sox, and they've taken the lead.
David Ortiz can still produce runs. He can still turn on a fastball. What he does right there against Brandon Morrow. Pitch that was down. And rips it into the gap for extra bases. He has now 38 extra base hits this year out of his 72 hits. Another RBI. 56 RBIs now for Ortiz.
Kevin Youkilis takes a first pitch curveball for a strike. Both of these starters struggling a bit with their command in the early going. Another breaking ball. That's the slider. See the difference? Curveball, slider, about 8-9 miles an hour in velocity. Curveball be in the upper 70s, and the slider will be in the mid 80s. Ball and the strike. Ran in on him and jammed him. We're in the second inning. It has been a seesaw battle already. Ortiz has put the Red Sox out in front. Strike 3 at the knees. Fastball gets Youkilis. He's going to talk to Jeff Kellogg on his way back to the dugout. He didn't think it was high enough.
Morrow's going to pick up his 3rd strikeout on a fastball on the corner. You can tell from this angle right here if it's high enough. Right at the knees.
Looked like it, the bottom part of the strike zone. 2 outs now. And the curveball. Morrow jumps ahead of Beltre. Beltre popped up to left field with the bases loaded in the first. And Morrow would walk J.D. Drew to force in the first run of the ball game. Broken bat pop-up on the infield. Encarnacion over in front of shortstop and makes the grab. But the Red Sox bounce back with 3 runs. They have taken a 4-3 lead here.
Tomorrow, Sunday, the 11th of July. In the last game of the series against the Red Sox, beginning at 1:07 p.m., the first 10,000 fans will receive a Blue Jays sports bag courtesy of Mr. Sub, 416-341-1234, BlueJays.com. On most Rogers Plus locations will have tickets for that game.
Big giveaway, the final game of the first half. Fred Lewis doubled and scored his first time up. Blue Jays scored 3 runs, sending 9 batters to the plate in the first against John Lackey.
Is it the time of the season, in the middle of the year here, right before the All-Star break? We talked about it a little bit about all the home runs that are now being hit. Is it the time of the season where pitchers maybe are running into a wall? 17, 18, 19 starts?
I'm not so sure that's the case, but boy, there's been an awful lot of hitting going on lately. Camilo Jimenez is the only one that hasn't had any kind of breakdown. He's 15-1. But we had talked about a couple days ago, there were 47 home runs hit on Wednesday. Most all season long in a single day. And there's a walk, but that's a great point.
The shortstop, number 11, Alex Gonzalez.
Bottom of the second inning. Boston leads it 4-3. Alex Gonzalez had an RBI double back in the first inning. Checks his swing. Jeff Nelson down at first agrees with the home plate umpire Jeff Kellogg. But ball and no strikes. That double was the 24th double of the season for the Blue Jays shortstop. Fred Lewis was thinking about running. And a little half step towards second base right there. And Lackey picked up on it.
Jays might have to change their signs now, maybe take it off for a pitch.
But you think Fred Lewis would be on his own?
Yes. There are a lot of base runners on the Blue Jays who have the green light, that have the ability to go ahead and steal if you want to. Blue Jays, the only sign they'll give them is the stop sign.
3 balls and no strikes. Lewis is going to get the stop sign now. Cito Gaston loves to see his hitters in these counts. Adam Lynn back over with Cito Gaston in between at bats. There's a strike. We say back over because last year when Lynn was having that terrific season, oftentimes before at bats he'd sit down with Cito and say, what do you think about this time, Cito? What's Lackey going to do to me now?
What a lot of information. Another.
There goes Lewis, and that ball is popped up.
Another set of eyes to watch the pitcher and just bounce ideas off of it to see, well, what do you see? What do you think they're doing to me? Says, hey, he's going to be leading you off with a fastball. I've seen Cito Gaston do that many, many times for hitters, and they'd be waiting for him.
And it won't be anything more than just theoretical ideas, not so much mechanics or look for the ball in this area, just about, well, why don't you just pick out a pitch and sit on it? There goes Lewis. Gonzalez strikes out, throw to second base, right on the money, but Lewis kicked it out of the glove of Bill Hall. Oh, Molina made a great throw right on the bag at second base, but when Lewis's foot hit Bill Hall's glove, the ball popped right out.
Very quick release by the catcher. Strikeout, and he would have had to strike him out, throw him out. Lewis, very aggressive, goes right into the glove of Bill Hall, knocks it out. He'll be awarded a stolen base. His 9th of the season.
Lewis at second for Bautista. There's a first pitch fastball for a strike. Breaking ball off the plate. Bautista is another hitter that's benefited from the influence of Cito Gaston. And last September, he talked about Bautista not being ready for the fastball. Gets set early. And a lot of times hitters, you know this, you've seen great hitters, you've seen bad hitters, and how they can confuse themselves.
He simplified hitting for Jose Bautista. Simplified it, said, okay, lay off of this pitch, lay off of this zone. I want you to look for this one. Get yourself ready. If you're going to have a leg kick, just get it down in time. Look for this pitch. I'm not saying hitting is easy.
That ball is popped up. Euclid battling the sun. Now he's got the ball into foul territory and makes the catch. Boy, for a while, looked like that ball was stuck right in the sun.
Or, how many times has the ball gone up? You looked into the sun, and then when you try to find the ball again, all you see is bright lights. You have to wait a minute while your eyes readjust to try and find the ball. And I think that's what happened with Euclid that time. Watch him go up. He's looking for the ball, and he lost it there for just a second. And then adjust to make the catch.
And all the while you're saying, stay up there, stay up there. 2 outs for Vernon Wells. You just don't want it to come down until you can see it.
That's a bad feeling. You look right into that sun for just a second looking for that ball, and all of a sudden everything is white.
Oh, man. Nothing but stars. Back out of play. Well, talking about the hitting philosophy, I think it's such an interesting aspect. And oftentimes, hitters will try to cover their weaknesses instead of focusing on their strengths. If the guy's getting you out with one particular pitch, don't worry about it until you get 2 strikes.
Bautista, again, saying that they have made it easier to hit. Not that hitting is easy, it just makes it easier. You eliminate all those other negative things. And I think that's to your point about accentuating the positive as opposed to trying to improve on the negative.
Yeah. You go up there and you've got 3 strikes. Take the first 2 looking for the pitch that you like to hit. And then when you get 2 strikes, you just got to have a battling mindset. 2-2 to Wells. Lewis at second. Spoiled and flared down the right field line. This ball is foul into the seats. Wells had to reach for that pitch. But that's the 2-strike approach.
Yep.
Just defend the strike zone. I've asked Yogi Berra many times, Yogi, what was your hitting philosophy? Look for the fastball and then protect the plate.
It also helped that he had a great swing and he was a left-handed hitter and he had great hand-eye coordination.
Vernon Wells pops it shallow center field. Mike Cameron on the run makes the catch, and the Blue Jays are retired. First half inning, a team hasn't scored here. It's 4-3 Boston. Stratus, actress, TV personality, former fitness model, and former WWE wrestling champion. Welcome to Rogers Center. Beautiful afternoon for baseball, and Trish Stratus is enjoying it. She threw out the first pitch, and I'm happy to say she threw a strike.
I was wondering why everybody was cheering during that. Okay.
She threw a strike.
There you go.
Well done. Well, we're headed to the third. J.D. Drew walked his first time up. That came with the bases loaded in the first. Swings at the first pitch. Aaron Hill dives, knocks it down, and throws to Overbay to retire J.D. Drew. Good play by Hill.
One pitch, one out.
Brandon Morrow's going to need to get a lot more of those to go deeper into this game. Good positioning by the Jays to put Hill in that hole. He does the rest. Dives to his left, makes the good play, and throws out Drew.
Mike Cameron struck out to end the first inning with the bases loaded. First pitch curveball. That seems to be a pretty good formula for Morrow to get ahead of this Red Sox lineup.
Just 73 miles an hour. Take a little something off. Give him something extra to look at. Just get it over.
From a hitter's standpoint, why is that such a good pitch?
Because I don't want to hit 0-1.
And you're not going to swing at a first pitch curveball.
Not at 73 miles an hour when you know that he can throw at 94, 95. There are a lot of hitters who are afraid to make an out on that first pitch. And you spin that curveball up there and you beat it into the ground, you feel like you've had a wasted at bat.
Oh, Molina got rocked. He got hit square in the face by that foul tip. We had mentioned the hockey style mask earlier and some of the improvements they've made, and that's one of them. They've improved the padding. And you can see the umpire is going to give Molina a break. Takes it right square in the grill of that mask, and Kellogg is giving him some time to regroup a little bit. But early on, when those first edition of these hockey masks came out, they didn't have enough padding. You see the big padding on his jaw, how it's padded down there, and on his forehead. Forehead, of course, a very strong part of your face where you can put a lot of pressure on. But they've improved the padding on them dramatically. Ouch. Up and into Cameron, and that hits him. He'll take his base. Not sure where that ball got him, but he's taking a while to get down to first base.
Yeah, if it got him in the elbow, that's bone right there. They're taking a look at his right arm. Don't know if it's the wrist, the forearm, the elbow. You get hit in the elbow and that whole arm goes numb.
Hard to tell where that hit him, but it looked like it was inside the right arm. But you're right, that all those nerves are real close to the surface there in that elbow area. That's why they call it your crazy bone when you hit that elbow. You lose the feeling momentarily. I'm not sure where it hit him, but it didn't feel good, I can tell you that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we saw Molina get hit by the foul ball right in the mask, and then the next pitch, Mike Cameron got hit. Now they're tending to the wrist area inside that right arm.
You get hit right there. It looked like it might have hit him in the forearm area. That sends a tingling sensation down into your hand where you can't even feel the ball. Terry Francona now talking to his center fielder, asking him if he can go. And Mike Cameron says yes.
Now he's going to stay in the game. He's missed 34 games already this season with a lower abdominal strain. Took him a while to get back from that. That happened early on in the season. So he's aboard at first. Bill Hall. We're back. Red Sox are up by a run at 4-3. One out here in the third. All chases a fastball. Morrow was terrific throughout the month of June. He made 5 starts that month. He was just 1-2 in the win-loss department, but his ERA was a sparkling 191.
Through 33 innings in the month of June and had 34 strikeouts. And his walks went down dramatically.
And the one thing you always have to remember with Brandon Morrow, this is just his 33rd career start. Truly on-the-job training. Popped back out of play. Morrow's mound opponent, John Lackey, has 111 wins. Quite a different gap in experience. And Lackey came up with the Angels in 2002 and made a dramatic contribution to their World Series. He won the Game 4 clincher in the World Series as a rookie. Blocked nicely by Molina. Brandon Morrow just hasn't had his command throughout this game. He's been struggling to find the pitch that he can lean on consistently. A ball and 2 strikes. Ball pulled way outside to Bill Hall, and that's been a fairly consistent problem for Morrow. He's just not had the ability to locate that ball on the glove side of the plate
when he wants to finish off the hitter. 2 strikes now, trying to put it where Molina's glove is, and hasn't been able to throw it there.
Base hit left field. Cameron moves up. Bill Hall has his first hit. A hit batter and a base hit with 1 out.
It's what the Red Sox batters do. I mean, they battle you so hard. It feels like you're in a heavyweight fight when you're pitching against the Red Sox or the Yankees, that they will make you work and make you work, battle you and get you back to a count where they can hit it, and then they hit a good pitch. That was a high fastball that Hill ripped into left field.
Gustavo Molina had his first hit of the season last time up. Breaking ball up and in, out of the zone. Mentioned Molina spent parts of 3 different seasons in the big leagues. White Sox, that's his original club. Then he spent some time with the Orioles and the Mets last year. But they had to go deep into their depth chart and even out of the organization once their 2 catchers were both injured. They reacquired former Red Sox catcher Kevin Cash. Got him in a deal with the Houston Astros. Good fastball by Molina. Jason Varitek suffered a broken bone in his foot. He is traveling with the team, as is Dustin Pedroia, the second baseman. They're both on crutches.
He was hitting some soft toss this morning underneath the stands early this morning, and they got some news on Victor Martinez also, that they thought that he would be back by the All-Star break.
Ball is popped up on the infield. Aaron Hill at second base, shading his eyes. Infield fly rule is called, and Hill makes the catch. There are 2 outs. Victor Martinez.
Victor, the club at one point, they thought that Martinez's return would be right after the break. Now they're saying not so quickly. Terry Francona was saying yesterday that is not going to happen. Victor thought maybe if he got rid of the swelling, he'd be okay, but it's still pretty sore, and they don't think it's really realistic that he'd be back right after the All-Star break.
And the last thing you want to do is bring a player back too early and have him re-aggravate that injury.
Especially a hand injury, a catcher, or a hitter.
We have seen that dramatically played out in New York with Jose Reyes and the Mets. They tried to bring him back a couple different times from injuries, and he missed basically the entire season last year because of that. 2 outs, 2 on. Marco Scutaro takes a first pitch strike. Scutaro lined a single into right field his last time up. Hit a hot shot to third. Edwin Encarnacion was charged with an error back in the first inning, so he's made good contact twice today. Hopped up over toward the Red Sox dugout, and that'll be off the roof, out of play. Boy, in a game like this, anything that goes up in the air and you've got a chance to catch, everybody's in pursuit.
Yeah.
Just hopeful that you can get out of this inning. I mean, both clubs have gone through it. They have gone back and forth. 7 runs on 10 hits already in this game, and we're just in the third. And the Sox are threatening again with 2 outs. Curveball missed away. .80 pitches. 2 2/3 innings. Red Sox will make you do that.
Yeah.
If you're not on your game, they don't chase.
They don't chase. And if you do make a mistake, they hit it. You also make a good pitch, and they'll foul it off. They'll keep at bats alive.
Molina asking whether or not Scutaro swung at that pitch into dirt. He said he didn't. Jeff Kellogg, the home plate umpire, didn't even ask for the appeal. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're in the third with 2 outs. The leadoff batter, Marco Scutaro. Cameron's at second. Bill Hall's at first base. We had mentioned early on that Brandon Morrow was having trouble locating his pitches, and that was another example. Tried to go inside, missed away. He's been so good at working to both sides of the plate very consistently through his last several starts. Another 2-2 pitch. Fastball away, foul, out of play.
Hit a spot that time with a good fastball, but Scutaro spoils it. That's the thing about him. He's got that short swing. He uncoils. He really gets back on that back leg and sees the ball. If you make a good pitch, he has that ability to keep that bat alive by fouling it off. That's why his on-base percentage is about .350.
Goes flare into right field. That'll get down in front of Bautista. Here comes Cameron around third. The throw to the plate, not in time. Bill Hall moves to third base. Marco Scutaro drives in Mike Cameron. Red Sox lead it 5-3.
Second hit of the afternoon for Marco Scutaro. Fouls off a really tough pitch. The pitch right prior before the base hit. Keeps it alive and then finds a hanging breaking ball with that patented inside-out swing. Lofts it into right field in front of Bautista, who bobbles it momentarily. And with 2 outs, the runner is running on contact. They'll score easily. 2-hit day for Marco Scutaro. He leads all AL shortstops in 3-hit games with 8. He is just about now there in the third inning.
84 pitches. It's just 2 outs here in the third. Problem for Bruce Walton and Cito Gaston is Ricky Romero lasted just 2 1/3 last night. They had to go 4 deep in their bullpen to finish out that game. Gallant, Jansen, Percy, and Frazier all worked in the game last night. Ricky Romero couldn't get out of the third inning. And now Moro's having his trouble here as well. Red Sox lead at 5-3. First and third. 2 outs. Daniel Nava takes a fastball outside. Nava hit on base twice. He scored a couple of runs and driven in 2. He had a double to the wall in right center to drive in 2 and his last at bat.
9 doubles, a triple, and a home run in 74 at bats.
Pretty good production. It's the fastball on the corner. The ball on the strike. Now the Red Sox have had to go so deep, not only behind the plate with their catching core, but in the outfield.
Boy, they have had a lot of injuries to their outfielders, and it started early in the season.
Fly ball center field. Well, should get it, and he does. Nava's retired. The Red Sox strand a couple, but they score a single run. They lead it 5-3. On in Kansas City, and you can see Jacoby Ellsbury, the left fielder, Beltre, the third baseman, collide in foul ground.
Yeah, the first week of the season, and that has been it for Ellsbury. He tried to come back one other time, dove on a ball, and then re-injured those ribs, cracked 4 ribs. He is here in Toronto. There he is right there. He just came in yesterday. He wanted to be evaluated by the team's medical personnel. The Sox wanted him to be evaluated before he headed back down to Fort Myers to continue his baseball activity.
Yeah, you want to get a benchmark, see where he is, so you can get an idea what he needs to do to get back to playing status before you send him out on a rehab assignment. Well, it's been tough. They lost Jeremy Hermida, very similar collision with Beltre. Too suffered fractured ribs. They lost Mike Cameron for over a month in the outfield. Adam Lind broken bat off the double. Beltre, that'll be a fair ball. Lind around first, and he'll hold up there as Beltre stayed with it. Beltre knocked it into foul territory, and Adam Lind has his second hit off John Lackey.
Multi-hit game now for Lind. He singled his first time up. That time got it out of the reach. There's some English on this ball right off the end of the bat. It hits a seam and comes up on Beltre.
See how far off the line Beltre's playing, and does a good job even to get leather on it, and then it kicks over against the wall. 8-out batter on. Aaron Hill takes a breaking pitch outside. Hill get into a fielder's choice. Was robbed of extra bases on another fine play by Adrian Beltre at third base. Hot shot. Gloved at shortstop by Scudero, and again Hill is robbed. Scudero made a fine play in the hole at shortstop, went to second to force Adam Wynn. And for the second time today, Aaron Hill has hit it right on the button.
And that's a good sign that he is starting to square up those pitches. Robbed by Beltre, and now he's going to have a hit taken away by Scudero with the dive. Nobody on base. He's going to beat this one out. But with that runner at first base, Scudero heads up, gets it right over to Hall, who tries to turn two, but to no avail.
Went out for Overbay. Overbay had a base hit in the first inning. Lyles average over 250. And he's certainly been headed in the right direction. This is the breaking ball. The Jays have collected 5 hits off John Lackey. Bounced and gloved in foul ground.
4 of those 5 hits have been to left-handed batters, a spot that Lackey's had trouble with this year. Lefties are hitting over 300 against John Lackey.
He doesn't have that real good changeup that can neutralize left-handers. He's thrown a lot of breaking balls. His curveball is very good to right-handers. Jammed and off the glove of Euclid. There's Bill Hall backing him up, and he throws to Lackey. Covering. Good play by Bill Hall, staying with it. Throws out Lyle Overbay.
Yeah, don't assume anything on a ball like today on this turf. You see Bill Hall motioning to Euclid, saying that ball took one big hop right at the end, and it got over Euclid's glove right there, and it was outside of his range, but Hall's right there to back it up for the second out.
Good teamwork there as Lackey breaks it down and slows down just before he gets to first base. Edwin Encarnacion takes the first pitch outside. Encarnacion popped up with the bases loaded and 1 out in the first. That slider. You can see the breaking pitches for Lackey that go away from right-handers helped him handle the right-handed hitters, but he doesn't have an awful lot of weapons to really attack the left-handers, especially some kind of off-speed pitch.
2005, he came up with a cutter slash slider type of pitch to really add to what he throws. But you're right, he's tried the circle change up before.
Two balls and a strike, 2 outs here in the third inning. Encarnacion's only been in 6 games. This is 7th since coming back from Las Vegas. Seems like he's been here a lot longer than that. Came back on the 3rd of July, joined the club in New York. At that time, the Blue Jays really struggling offensively and felt like Encarnacion would add to their run-producing potential.
He was gone just a week.
Played 7 games, yeah.
And was on fire down in AAA.
Drove in 13 runs in those 7 games. Way outside. Jose Molina will bat with 2 on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Red Sox are up 5-3. There's a breaking pitch for a strike to get ahead of Molina. Popped up into right field. J.D. Drew will be there and makes the catch. Blue Jays are retired. They strand a couple of base runners. John Lackey's got a 5-3 lead.
Of July. The Home Run Derby takes place on Tuesday the 12th, and the 81st All-Star Game goes on Tuesday the 13th, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Starting time for both on all of our Sportsnet channels. It's the Major League Baseball All-Star Game and Home Run Derby.
Back at Rogers Center, we're headed to the 4th inning. And the hitters have had the upper hand here this afternoon in this ball game. Red Sox have scored in each of the first 3 innings.
Neither one of the pitchers getting a feel for any of their pitches so far. Red Sox have scored in every inning. It has really been a battle for both of them to throw the ball where they want to.
David Ortiz had an RBI double back in that 2nd inning. Boy, that ball hit right off the fingers of Jose Molina. We saw that with Jorge Posada in the Yankees series. That ball hits you in the upper portion of your glove where you don't have a real good grip on those middle fingers, and he got him bent back in an awkward position.
Posada had to leave that game.
Down the right field line. This is trouble. It's off the wall. Bautista comes over. He's going to make the throw to second. Ortiz on his way to second. He is out. What a throw by Bautista. Again, right on the money, and guns down Big Papi trying to stretch it into 2.
Jose Molina, the catcher for the Blue Jays, says that Bautista is the best throwing right fielder he has seen in a long time. He says you have to go back to a young Vladimir Guerrero when he was with Montreal in his first couple of years with the Angels. This ball is shot to right field, but Bautista plays it perfectly. He concedes the base hit, plays it off the ricochet, and then with an accurate and quick arm, right to Gonzalez for the job. That's 8 outfield assists now.
And watch the tag by Gonzalez. He really sells out and dives right back into the baseline to tag Ortiz. Well, he can throw. Low line drive, 1 hopper to second, first out of the inning.
Gonzalez really did sell it. You're right. He put the tag on it and showed the umpire to let him know that he made that play around the bag. Quick hands. It looked like a short hop. Went out there and got it.
But you know what? As a infielder or a catcher, when you receive a throw like that, you know it's going to be on line. He's going to give you a pretty decent hop, so you know you can hang right there at the base, and that's what Gonzalez did with the throw from Bautista. Down the left field line, that ball hooks foul. Had the distance, but Youkilis just pulls it foul.
This is what you're talking about, that short hop. You have to go down there and stay with it. And Alex does just that and shows it to the umpire. He bangs out Ortiz at second. Good job on both sides of that play.
2 balls and a strike to Kevin Youkilis. Back in the seats over the Red Sox dugout. Kevin Youkilis hit his 18th home run of the season yesterday in the 4th inning.
Turning on more balls this year. That ball, a line drive right over the wall in left field. Good RBI man. The veterans have really picked it up in the middle of the lineup for the Red Sox.
Curveball fouled off his foot. Well, they don't have Jason Bay this year. He left to free agency. They've lost Victor Martinez, who always hits in the middle of their order. Dustin Pedroia is a table setter, generally hitting first or second in the batting order. First leadoff guy gets on a lot of extra base hits. So you've got to look for some of the veterans to kind of pick up the slack.
How about Ellsbury at the top of the lineup? A career 347 on base percentage and the steals. That's the one thing that has been taken away from the Red Sox, the stolen base.
And it's really interesting, Beltre, who they brought in as a free agent, has had a real good season, and had the other guys stayed healthy, their run production would even be better than it is right now. And Ellsbury, with his speed, top of the order, he will help to score runs in bunches.
Stolen bases, led the league the last 2 years.
It says a lot when you're playing the same league with Carl Crawford.
Yeah, very dynamic. Even without that production out, they are number 1 in the American League in run score.
Full count. Youkilis pops it out of play. Strike 3 call. Youkilis is called out for a second time this afternoon. That low fastball gets him.
Perfect pitch by Brandon Morrow. He has 4 strikeouts now this afternoon, all of them taking. On that one, right on the outside corner. Youkilis with a very good eye. But he gets the call on the outside part of the plate.
2 outs now. Adrian Beltre, the third baseman. Curveball in there for a strike. Bautista throwing out David Ortiz to start the inning. He now leads the American League in home runs and outfield assists. That's exactly what you want from your outfielders. Good outfield play and thunder. And he's brought them both.
A strong arm in right field. And production, home run wise.
Adrian Beltre went back-to-back with Kevin Youkilis in last night's game. Off Brian Talon, he hit this ball deep to center field over the wall. His 13th home run of the season. Beltre scored 3 runs and drove in a run.
You know what makes that stat about Bautista leading the American League in outfield assists? He has started 30 games at third base. So almost half of his games, a little bit less than half of his games, have been played in the outfield. Still great production.
This is playable. Overbay into foul territory, makes the catch. And Brandon Morrow, with the help of Jose Bautista, has a 1-2-3 fourth inning. Bottom of the fourth inning here at Rogers Center. Fred Lewis will start things off against John Lackey. Red Sox up 5-3. The Red Sox have won 7 straight here at Rogers Center. And this season, the Red Sox have won 6 of the 7 contests. Blue Jays have to win some games against Boston and New York. And that's your chief competition. You got to prove to yourself that you can beat them.
Yeah, they really struggled with those 2 teams last year, along with Tampa. Those are your main competition guys in this league. You got to show that you can handle them, not just here at home, but you have to show that you can beat them on the road.
Little pop up into foul ground, and Beltre can't get there. The Blue Jays are 3-6 against Tampa Bay. They've split their 6 games with the Yankees, and to start a play today, they're 1-6 against the Red Sox. And if you want to make the climb and improve your situation, you're going to have to play with these guys. Cito Gaston was asked about whether or not the Red Sox are in the heads of his players, and he didn't think so. And he said, it better not happen. If that's the case, you don't stand a chance.
They'll grind you down. Last year, Tampa, they were 4-14 against them. New York 6-12, 7-11 versus the Red Sox last year.
Yeah, this is where you live. The AL East. Fred Lewis gets the leadoff walk. Brandon Morrow has thrown 100 pitches. Sean Kemp loosening up, and the way he's going about things suggests that he's going to come in and pitch the 5th inning. This is in between innings. The pitching coach, Bruce Walton, talking to Brandon Morrow. He was obviously disappointed with his outing here this afternoon. There goes Lewis. Throw from Molina. Not in time. Second steal of the day for Fred Lewis.
Base runners now against John Lackey. Successful 16 out of 21 times while he was on the mound. He's got a very high leg kick, a very deliberate motion towards home plate, and Fred Lewis, not wasting any time, steals it easily. Number 10 on the season.
Well, the Boston Red Sox the last several years have not been able to control the running game at all. And they have given up stolen bases almost at will. No balls in a strike now to Alex Gonzalez. Had an RBI double in the first. Breaking ball hammered, and this ball is trouble. This ball is gone. Alex Gonzalez, number 17, a 2-run shot. And the Blue Jays have tied it.
Home run number 16 was an off-speed pitch earlier this week by Gonzalez. He recoiled on that one. He does the same thing here. Watch this off-speed pitch. He stays back and then explodes. Opens up those hips. Front side gets down, and this ball is a line drive into the bullpen for number 17.
Well, you want a hitting video of how to hit a breaking ball, just take that last swing and show your kids. Stay back and explode. He extended right through it. A little bit of a pause at the end to make sure that he finished that swing. Well, that was pretty.
He got that front foot down, and he used his foot as that timing mechanism to stay back.
Jose Bautista, ball and 2 strikes. Blue Jays have now homered in 7 straight games. And a 5-game drought where the home runs just evaporated. But they're back. Long drive out in front. This ball is going to get in the upper deck, but foul. Yikes. They almost got a souvenir up there.
Well, he's got tremendous power. He homered against Lackey the last time they faced each other in Fenway Park. Bautista knows he got all of that, but just a little bit out in front.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Down and in, fouled off. The cheer you heard before that pitch was delivered was a young fan ran all the way over to those empty seats and found that baseball.
5 sections over.
Back up the middle, gloved by Lucky. Bautista's retired. 1 out here in the 4th. It has been a seesaw battle. We are tied at 5, bottom of the 4th inning. Blue Jays with another home run, a 2-run home run by Alex Gonzalez. He now has 50 RBI. What a first half for the Blue Jays shortstop. Ring Wells cuts on the first pitch. It's a high fly ball to right. J.D. Drew, 2 outs.
Number 26, Adam Lind.
Adam Lind's had a good day at the plate. Perfect 2 for 2. Single to center, drove in a run in the first, and then had a base hit off the glove of Adrian Beltre. Back into 3rd. Cut on the first pitch, ripped into center field. Mike Cameron with the diving catch. So for a 3rd time this afternoon, Adam Lind swings the bat, hits it right on the line, but Cameron makes a good play. Blue Jays tied up. A 2-run home run by Alex Gonzalez. His 17th. We're tied at 5. month. This pitching line is brought to you by MLB 10, the show only on PlayStation.
Yeah, you have to go all the way back to May the 21st at Arizona when Brandon only lasted 4 innings in that game. He was pitching some good ball. Runs into the Boston Red Sox, and they run his pitch count up, so he is out. Sean Camp is into the game. 40th time this season that Camp has appeared for the Blue Jays. He has had a wonderful season, a very good earned run average. He has thrown strikes. He has worked quickly. And he has really been an asset for that bullpen this year.
Well, and that's exactly what Cedar Gaston's looking for right now. His ball club has tied it at 5-all. J.D. Drew chases that sinker down and away. 0-2. Red Sox have hit all afternoon with the count in their favor. Sean Camp comes out and jumps ahead of the first batter he faces. Base hit right field. J.D. Drew. Bautista backing up on it. Drew with a big turn around first, and Jose gets it back in quickly. Check in with Sam Cosentino.
Buck, MLB.TV. Enjoy the rest of the 2010 baseball season with MLB.TV. Watch out of market games live or on demand, and high-def quality packages are $79.95 for the remainder of the season. You can visit BlueJays.com for more details on MLB.TV.
A lot of great pennant races all around baseball, and you can enjoy the action when you sign up for MLB.TV. Good second half of the season coming up. Mike Cameron with Drew at first base takes the first pitch strike. A couple of ball clubs going toe-to-toe here this afternoon at Rogers Center. Good slider. That's the pitch that Camp really has always had. He's always got confidence he can throw that slider, but there for about 3 weeks, middle of this first half, he lost the break on it.
Yeah, lost the big sweep to it. He had to have a couple of days off when they got back from a road trip, and then all of a sudden came back.
Well, that's a good pitch. I don't know how you don't swing it down.
Or call it.
I was going to leave that to you.
You know, when you talk about that slider that he has, he really didn't have a pitch to complement with that slider. Something else that goes the other way until the last couple of years. Picked up a good changeup. He can sink his fastball.
Went too far. The serve peeled down to first base. Jeff Nelson rings up Mike Cameron. He didn't agree with it, but it's a strikeout, first out of the inning. Looked like the changeup that he just couldn't check his swing on. One down now for Bill Hall. Hall's 1 for 2. Hall had a home run in last night's game and drove in 3, had a couple of doubles as well. Big night offensively. First pitch strike, nothing like it.
Yep. Get ahead, and that'll set up everything else. It's one thing, though, against the Red Sox hitters. You never see any panic in them when they fall behind. J.D. Drew was behind 0-2, didn't come out of what he does. Got a base hit. Start this inning off.
Well, it's experience. You know, that only takes one good pitch to have a good at bat. You don't have to hit every single strike you see. And we talked about it earlier about Cito Gaston's philosophy of having a game plan, and the Red Sox certainly do that.
Boy, they certainly do. Their hitting coach, Dave Magadan, was that type of hitter when he was with the Mets. See a lot of pitches, spray the ball around. When you make a mistake, turn on it.
Just off the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Dave Magadan is Lou Pinella's first cousin. When I asked Magadan about he and Pinella's philosophies, he said, well, we're quite a bit different in how we like to teach hitting. Pinella was a disciple of the late Charlie Lau in Kansas City, and then became a good hitting coach in his own right, and obviously he's become a terrific manager. There's that good slider. It's interesting how different hitting coaches will strike a chord with their hitters. You can say the same thing, but there's just a group of guys that will trust one hitting coach and buy into what he's saying, and basically all the hitting coaches are saying the same thing.
Yeah, they are. They all work very hard. They've been around the game. They know what it takes to be successful.
3-2. I think the one thing that hitters have to understand is what their strengths are, and just try to focus on those strengths. If you don't understand what kind of hitter you are, you're never going to have success. That was my problem.
So a little guy who can't hit home runs
shouldn't try.
Shouldn't be up there swinging from his heels.
Full count. Throw to first. Drew is back in town. Red Sox not much of a running team. Drew has only attempted 2 steals. Was caught once. Three and 2. There goes Drew. Strike 3 called, and Bill Hall strikes out. He's not too pleased with the call. Lingering at home before he takes off.
And he walked right across the plate right in front of Jose Molina. Now, if Molina can hang on to the ball and attempt to make the throw, they might have been able to call out. Watch Bill Hall after this. Walks right in front of him.
But had he gone through with the throwing motion and made contact, there's a chance that both runners would have been out, both the batter and the runner.
Yeah, but Molina dropped the ball in the transfer, so Drew's going to be at second base with a second stolen base.
So Drew is in scoring position. Sean Camp in his first inning of relief has 2 strikeouts. Now Gustavo Molina will bat with a chance to give the Red Sox the lead again. And back with a slider and evens the count of the ball on the strike. 5th inning. We are tied at 5-all. Blue Jays have used the long ball again here this afternoon. Alex Gonzalez, a 2-run home run, his 17th. Tied to score at 5-all. That sinking fastball. A lot of late life on that fastball.
You know what makes that pitch so effective is it's a strike and then drops over the plate and out of the strike zone, giving the hitter the thought that that pitch is going to be a strike. It stays on the plate a long, long time and then goes off of it.
Camp was all set in his mind that the pitch he wanted to throw. Molina wasn't quite sure, so he asked for time. Red Sox don't need to see any more of that. Ball fouled off a batter's foot. That sinking fastball, that'll make you hit that foul ball down into your feet. Get on top of it, hit the top half.
And they have a lot of protection, too. Molina's got that padding right on that shin and ankle area on that lead foot.
Breaking ball. Meant to be away, but it looked like it was close to the inside corner. Camp didn't get the call. 2-2. J.D. Drew's at second with 2 outs. Again, that slider bends around the plate. Fastball popped out of play. Full count. Molina battling with 2 outs. Molina picked up his first hit of the season in his first at bat. That came in the second inning. Came back to the slider on the full count pitch and strikes out Molina. Camp gives up a leadoff base hit, but strikes out 3 in a row to strand J.D. Drew. As the Red Sox jumped on him early.
Struggled through 4 innings today, over 100 pitches in 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs. Also, John Lackey has had success against the Jays in his career. Gave over 500 with a very good earned run average. He has struggled also in his 4 innings today. And Alex Gonzalez over his last 5 games, 2 for 18. But today, coming out on top against Lackey, a couple of hits and 3 RBIs.
Well, and those 2 hits prior to today's game, a 1-out home run in the first inning on Wednesday, and then that bases clearing 2-out double. So he has been productive, even though he hasn't had a lot of hits. Aaron Hill's got a hit. This ball is going to split the outfielders, go all the way to the wall. Hill's around first. He's headed for second. He has hit the ball hard 3 times this afternoon off John Lackey. That's his first hit. He was robbed by a couple of good defensive plays. That time he said nobody's going to catch this one.
He came into this game 1 for 15 in his career against John Lackey. That's 0.67, but you're right. He could have 3 hits easily. This ball all the way to the wall in left field for extra bases.
So the go-ahead run is at second base with nobody out. While Overbay pops up on the first pitch over near the wall. Beltre gives it a look and just beyond his reach. Overbay 6 for 16 on this homestand, including a single here this afternoon. Fastball down, a ball on the strike.
His strength, this whole homestand, you mentioned he's had a good homestand, has been left field, left center. But right now, with nobody out and a runner at second base, he is looking to hit the ball to the right side. Get that runner in. If he can get the ball over Bill Hall's head, he's got a lot of room to run in right center field.
A ball and 2 strikes to Overbay.
Red Sox shade him to left field.
He's hit ball out of the ballpark to left field on his homestand. Starting to really get good extension. Just a much different hitter. 2-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. A 5-5 game here in the 5th. He walked him. Lackey has thrown 91 pitches. Scott Atchison is up for a second time this afternoon. He has started throwing in the first inning. And now John Farrell, the pitching coach, will go out and talk to John Lackey. Atchison should be ready. I mean, he got loose in the first inning, and now this takes a few pitches to crank it up. So first and second, nobody out.
He's been up 3 or 4 times today. You're right. It's not going to take much to get him loose and in the game. You know that they want to stretch Lackey out as far as possible.
We had mentioned Lackey. This is his 18th start. In 15 of his first 17, he gave the Red Sox 6 or more innings each time out. Kind of get used to him pitching late into a ball game. Edwin Encarnacion swings at the first pitch and pops it behind home plate. Molina back at the screen. Beyond the screen.
We talked at the beginning how the month of June was really good to Brandon Morrow. What a fantastic month. But John Lackey was just a little bit better. He was the only American League pitcher to go undefeated in the month of June. So you're right. He gave him innings and he gave him W's. 4 of them in 6 starts.
There goes Aaron Hill. He broke for third, and Encarnacion fouled it out of play. Hill picked up on Lackey, not picking him up at second, and broke for third. That's what you were talking about with these base runners having the green light. You get to a point where you think you can steal it.
Yeah, and the pitcher forgets about you. He gives you one look and then goes right into his motion to home. If you can pick that up, why not?
0-2. Encarnacion stays alive. Talk about consistency among American League starters since 2003. John Lackey's right up there with the big boys.
Only Halliday, Sabathia, and Burley have more wins since 2003. Doc has spent some time in the National League, and so has Sabathia.
Well, we mentioned Lackey came up with the Angels in 2002, pitched the second half of the season, and threw the ball so well. Mike Scioscia gave him the ball in the decisive final game of the World Series, Game 7. And he won that game. His first year with the Red Sox. Encarnacion chased the breaking ball in the dirt. Big strikeout for John Lackey.
That's a big strikeout because the runners do not advance and the double play stays in order. Goes out of the strike zone with a breaking ball. Molino, a good job, the catcher, to block it and keep that one in front of him.
Only the second strikeout of the afternoon for Lackey, but it comes at a very good time. Now he's got Molina at the plate first and second and 1 out. Back to the screen, runners will move up. That takes the Blue Jays out of that double play situation. Not much Molina could do on that. That ball was so far away from the target, he just tipped it and went all the way back to the screen.
Oh, that's a big one. Third wild pitch this season for Lackey. Goes all the way back. You're right. The double play is now out of order, and the Red Sox infield now is going to play about halfway. The corners come in. The middle goes about halfway. They're going to read the ball off the bat.
Molina trying to get that ball to the outfield. He's homered in back-to-back games. His first and second home runs of the season. Into the glove of Beltre. My, oh my. The Gold Glover saves one, maybe two runs for John Lackey.
You mentioned it a couple of innings ago about how far off the lines the Red Sox play their corner infielders. Playing percentages that the game is played in the middle of the diamond. This time it really helps the Boston Red Sox. Look how far off the line Beltre is going to play with a right-handed pull hitter up in Molina. He anticipates that ball, climbs the ladder, and takes a base hit away from him.
A pure athletic play there by Beltre to rob Molina. 2 outs. Fred Lewis. Love to be able to pick up his teammates here. First and second, nobody out. Now second and third with 2 outs. Lewis has seen the ball well out of John Lackey's hand all afternoon. Hills at third. Oberbay's at second. Fastball cut on and missed. That's about the same location of the fastball that Lewis hit out of the ballpark against Scott Baker on Thursday night. Leadoff home run. Got that high fastball and knocked it out of the yard.
Letter high fastball. He's able to get on top of it. Little strategy now. Lewis has been on base 3 times today against Lackey. And you can see who is on deck.
Yeah.
Who has had very good success. Really challenge Fred Lewis here.
Breaking ball, excuse me, down third base, left foul ball, past Beltre. Hill comes in to score. Behind him, Overbay, and Fred Lewis delivers a 2-out double to put the Jays on top.
How about that? 3-1. He goes breaking ball, not wanting to challenge Lewis, and he gets burned on a check swing double. John Buck had one of these earlier this week, and this time Lewis doesn't mean to swing, but gets enough of it and places it perfectly, and that's one time where playing off the line burns Boston.
Hill and Overbay score. Fred Lewis has been on base 4 times, and they have knocked John Lackey out of the game. Blue Jays up 7-5. check swing double.
He's had a perfect afternoon. Doesn't mean to swing, and gets it right by Beltre. The reaction from John Lackey, he just can't believe it. Makes a good pitch on 3-1 and gets burned. Lewis picks up the RBIs. He now has 25 along with 24 doubles, and John Lackey is out of the game.
Scott Atchison, first pitch strike to Alex Gonzalez. Atchison appearing in his 18th game for Boston. Popped up. Playable. Foul territory. Euclid coming down from first makes the catch, and Atchison gets his man to strand Fred Lewis at second. But Fred Lewis delivers a 2-run double with 2 outs. The Blue Jays have taken a 2-run lead. His ballpark wasn't the case today. He really never got into a groove.
Yeah, he really didn't. He wasn't able to throw the ball where he needed to. One of his shortest outings of the season, just 4 2/3 innings. He'll be touched up for 8 hits and 7 earned runs. You talk about being able to throw the ball where he wanted to. 6 base on balls this afternoon for John Lackey. His highest of the season.
Well, the Blue Jays are back on top here in the 6th inning. Marco Scudero, former Blue Jay, has been a thorn in the side of Toronto. 2 hits again this afternoon, and RBIs hit the ball well 3 times. The ball on the strike. Sean Camp in his 2nd inning of relief gave up a base hit to the first batter he faced. J.D. Drew singled, and then he struck out 3 in a row to end the 5th inning. Sinking fastball. Fouled up the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leadoff batter. Very important batter for Sean Camp here. Get the leadoff guy. Top the order's tough spot.
Yeah, it certainly is. And Scudero makes it tough on anybody. The way he works the counts and fouls off tough pitches.
Out in front of the off-speed pitch. Encarnacion has it. Good throw to first. 1 down. Commentator clothing provided in part by Z Xenia. Statistical information provided by Stats Inc. Music provided by Universal Canada. A beautiful day here in Ontario, southern Ontario, Toronto, Lake Ontario. Gorgeous, a lot of activity around the lake. Lots of big-headed bucks at the ballpark today.
All right, now where can I get one of those things?
Right over there.
Those your tickets tonight?
Yeah, my passes.
You know, you were talking about Sean Camp, and quick innings are very important to keep that pitch count down. This is
Daniel Nava has drilled it to center field. He's headed for second. Wells will get it back in, but Nava has his second double of the afternoon.
You know, as you try to put together this game, as it's getting into the later stages of it, who's going to finish it up if you have the lead? And still 4 innings to go for the Blue Jays. Camp has been pitching in the 8th inning and the 7th inning. So they're going to need some reinforcements and some guys maybe to get a few hitters out here and there.
Well, you're facing the All-Star break, so is the possibility they could send a starter down there that's not going to make a start rest of the first half. David Ortiz with Nava at second. Camp, Downs, nor Gregg pitched in the game yesterday. They're all fresh.
I got a peek of Mark Zebczynski down into that bullpen earlier this game. They might need him for a batter or two.
Zebczynski started here 2 days ago. Won't throw again in the first half, so I'm sure this being his throw day, he is down there in case of an emergency or the possibility of going into extra innings. Breaking ball pulled foul. Check in with Sam Cosentino.
Well, Buck, I can confirm that. Talking to Cito Gaston 2 days ago, he said indeed Zebczynski would go down to the bullpen and be available here for these last 2 days, knowing that he's not going to get that start. So he is an extra arm available and ready to go.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. I wouldn't expect him to pitch with Downs and Gregg and Camp all available here, unless there's kind of a streak of left-handers or you get to extra innings. And certainly in extra innings, he becomes very attractive because he has been a starter all season.
And he can go multiple innings. After that double, there's some stirring going up down in the Blue Jays bullpen again.
Into center field, Vernon Wells over, makes the grab, tagging at second is Nava. He will move up to third base. Ortiz hit a rocket to center. And looks like they're going to, well, I thought they were going to peel at second. Gonzalez got over to second base, but Wells got over and caught the line drive. And now, in fact, they are going to appeal at second.
Yeah, I thought Gonzalez wanted the ball as it was coming back into the infield, wanting to appeal that Nava left a little bit early. There's Alex standing at second base. That ball was hit hard to center field. It looked like it had some knuckling action on it, the way Vernon Wells caught it.
So Sean Camp will come to a set position, and there's the appeal to the second base umpire, Mark Carlson. And he says that Nava did not leave early. So Nava's at third with 2 outs. Kevin Youkilis has been caught looking his last 2 at-bats. Both of those against Brandon Morrow. Slider just off the plate. There's a good slider for a strike. 2 balls and a strike with 2 outs.
Sometimes you have to pitch backward. Fastball count. Drop that little slider on him. Youkilis is such a good hitter. He's so disciplined. He'll lay off of that one.
Got that slider, but pulled it foul.
He'll lay off of it 2-0 if that's not the pitch he's looking for.
Two balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Blue Jays up by 2, 7-5. That pitch too long for Euclid. So they'll start over. Tried to come inside with that pitch. Euclid is going to first base and said it hit him, but the umpire never made any indication.
He made no indication at all.
Jeff Kellogg, umpire, never even reacted as if there might be some question as to whether or not Euclid got hit. And Euclid left immediately, taking off his shin guard, thinking, okay, I got hit by the pitch.
You'll see the umpire call timeout right away.
Dead ball. Now they're going to have a conference. Well, who's the closest?
Yeah. Did you see it or didn't you see it?
Yeah.
You're standing right there. You obviously didn't think it hit him at the beginning because you didn't call it. So now they're going to talk about it.
Umpires had a conference in last night's game, and they reversed the call that Mark Carlson made at third, awarding Mike Cameron home plate. And now they're going to give it to him, and Cito is going to come out here, and this is not going to be pretty.
Well, that's got to be Cito's argument. You're standing right there. The pitch was made. You never called timeout. You never said it hit him. How can you now say that it did hit him?
Yeah, and that's what Cito is going to argue, and he's not going to give this one up easily. He said, you're going to tell me a guy 90 feet away and 120 feet away at second base is going to help you make that call? You're right here at home plate. And you didn't even react. And then Euclid takes off the shin guard, and you say, okay, it hit him. Euclid is at first. Nava's at third. This represents the tying run, and you can understand Cito's point. The umpire never ever flinched, didn't react, just saw the pitch. Pitch didn't change paths. Cito's not going to give this one up easy.
No. He's got to make his point.
It is a huge point of the ball game. You've got Beltre coming to the plate now with 2 outs, and Beltre's been on fire. We told you he comes into this game with a .340 average. Here's the pitch.
Where did it hit him?
Yeah, and Molina never had a deflect. And Euclid said it hit him on the left thigh. I didn't see it.
I didn't either.
That's all academic now. Euclid is at first. He represents the tying run. Cito Gaston is out now talking with his pitcher.
This is the best shot, I think. It's a breaking ball, remember, so it's going away from Euclid. And on that one, as we slowed it way down, I saw no ricochet off of his leg. Cito might be just standing out there waiting for the umpire to come out here before he makes the move so he can have a few more words with his home plate umpire.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. And Jeff Kellogg, to his credit, was hit backed away initially, but Cito Gaston now has gotten his attention. And obviously a very important point in the ball game. With now Cito is talking to second base up by Mark Carlson. He said, how can you call it from second base if you called it? I told you Cito wasn't going to give this one up easy. So Cito Gaston continues to argue about Kevin Euclid being hit. Now he'll hand the ball over to Jason Frazier. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, Jason Frazier will face Adrian Beltre with 2 outs. runners and 2 outs, trying to protect the Blue Jays' 2-run lead here. Frazier pitched the 9th inning in last night's game and took just 10 pitches to get out of the inning.
Got a walk in that inning and a big double play. There are Frazier's numbers against Beltre in his career. 0 for 6. Man on third, man on first. 2 outs and a very dangerous run producer at the plate.
Well, we had told you at the start of the show how Adrian Beltre came into this game hitting .346 against the Blue Jays this season. First pitch in there for a strike. Top of the 6th inning. Blue Jays lead by 2. Popped back out of play. Frazier jumps ahead 0-2. Beltre has a little bit of Vladdy Guerrero in him, in that he can really cover a lot of low pitches. We'll see him go down and stay on those low pitches. And there's really no way to pitch him. I mean, he's got a huge strike zone.
He has the ability to take a good pitch down and away from a right-handed pitcher and hook it to left field. Fly ball type hitter. Power from left center to right center.
First and third, 2 outs. There goes Euclid. Ball in the dirt, and he will steal it. Molina blocked the ball, kept it in front of him, but Euclid was on the move, and that'll be a stolen base. So there are 2 runners in scoring position now. Euclid at second represents the tying run. A ball and 2 strikes. Ripped foul by Beltre. Beltre has popped up 3 times this afternoon. All 3 of those pop-ups came when he was facing Brandon Morrow. Navas at third. Euclid at second. Breaking ball outside.
Beltre has come up with some very big hits this year for Boston. Picking up the slack with some of the injuries, driving in big runs. Clutch hits. 2 outs, runners in scoring position over 450. Not a small sample either. 35 at-bats in those situations. He's picked up 23 RBIs.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Another pop-up over and behind the Red Sox dugout. Jason Frazier trying to protect his 2-run lead. Pushed him back with a fastball. Full count. Daniel Nava with his second double of the afternoon is at third base. Kevin Euclid was hit by a pitch, according to the home plate umpire. Full count, 2 outs. On the ground, Encarnacion at third. Has it. Guns down Beltre. Frazier gets out of it. Blue Jays get a couple of runners on. Jason Frazier comes out of the bullpen to shut down the Red Sox.
League East standings within the division look like this. The Tampa Bay Rays at 12 games over 500. The Yankees 9 games over 500. Now the Blue Jays have 6 wins against the Baltimore Orioles, even against the Yanks, but have struggled here against Boston. And the reason why, they're a couple games below 500 to this point.
And certainly the Red Sox have had their way with the Blue Jays this year. They have won 6 of the first 7 meetings between these two ball clubs. And if you're going to make any progress, you've got to beat the big boys. The Yankees have made up their ground. You saw Tampa Bay was leading the division against the division, but the Yankees are 14-6 against the West. And that's where they are now, wrapping up the first half. Bouncing ball, gloved by Beltre. What a play. Throws on time to get Bautista. He has put on a display at third today defensively.
Soft hands, great range, a cannon for an arm. I like how he sneers the ball and then sets himself. Gets up very quickly. Gets his legs underneath it. Watch how he sets, picks it. That's a tough in-between hop from the backside. Sets, and then with a cannon, accurately over to first base for the out.
Beltre was part of one of the best infields I think we've seen in a number of years when he played with the Dodgers. Beltre at third, Isturiz at short, Alex Cora at second, and Sean Green at first. A very good defensive infield, and Beltre was the anchor at third. Vernon Wells pops it up. Playable in foul territory. Euclid calls for it. It calls off the catcher and makes the grab. 2 quick outs here in the 6th. Scott Atchison came on with 2 outs in the 5th inning and got Alex Gonzalez to pop up into foul ground to Euclid, and now he's gotten the first 2 guys, and Terry Francona is going to the bullpen. Got Adam Lind, who's hit the ball hard 3 times today against the right-handers, will go down to the bullpen and call upon a lefty. The mound for the home team against Daisuke Matsuzaka. 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 9:30 a.m. Pacific Time on all Sportsnet channels, starting with Jays Connected. Dustin Richardson set to face Adam Lind. And cuts on the first pitch and swings right through it. Richardson pitched in the 9th inning in last night's game. Gave up a single walk to batter, but also got the double play. Adam Lind has had 3 great at-bats this afternoon.
Yeah, he certainly has. He singled his first time up on a breaking ball. Hit one off the end of the bat that went off the glove of Beltre for a base hit and then smoked the ball to center field right at Cameron, who made a great catch on it to rob him of his third hit.
Right on that breaking ball, just fouled it back.
He was on the first pitch, and you're right, he stayed back on that one. Off-speed pitch from Richardson there. Richardson was just called up a month ago from AAA, needing another left-hander in that bullpen. He's done a good job, scoreless in 8 of his 9 appearances so far this year.
Pop back out of play. Sometimes the injuries and the need to go down in the minor leagues, you can discover a player you didn't really have an idea about. Might not have seen him before, and certainly a lot of opportunities for these players that have been called up because of the injuries. Daniel Nava has done the most with his opportunities.
Yeah, he certainly has. The Blue Jays know that pretty well. Jesse Litch a couple of years ago really came out of nowhere. Mark Zebchinski started in Double-A last year. He came up and showed really well for the Blue Jays last year because of all the injuries they had in their pitching staff.
A ball and 2 strikes. Adam Lynn lays off the breaking ball. 2-2. Richardson's one of those guys that they called up because they had some need in the bullpen. Gives them a little more depth from the left side to complement Hideki Okajima. Left field and hit high and deep, and this ball is out of here. For the 7th straight game, the Blue Jays have hit multiple home runs in a game. Adam Lynn, his 12th to the opposite field.
And that's 4 real good at-bats today for Lynn. Stays right with that ball and drives it. That's the swing that we saw over 30 times last year. Stay on it, drive the ball if they throw it away. And Lynn with another home run.
Aaron Hill's had a good day swinging the bat. Get into the second half of the season, and Lyndon Hill come back a little bit. It'll be a different story.
Aaron Hill has had some good at-bats this afternoon also. It's a good little sign.
Lays off the fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Little insurance here in the 6th inning. Adam Lynn going opposite field. Driven in 2 this afternoon. Right field. J.D. Drew will make the catch. He gets back and gloves it. But the Blue Jays had an insurance run, a solo home run off the bat of Adam Lynn. 8-5 Blue Jays. Tigers and the Blue Jays at Comerica Park. The road trip includes transportation, accommodation, tickets to the ball game, and a meet and greet with Blue Jays players. July 24th and 25th, Comerica Park in Detroit. For more information, call 416-341-1455 or visit bluejays.com/fan club. Great road trip, chance to see the Blue Jays on the road and see some pretty good young Detroit Tiger players. Brendan Marsh, a big hit there in Detroit. And I mean a big hit.
Yeah. How about your first half MVP?
Miguel Cabrera?
Yeah.
Well, he's having a fine year, isn't he? J.D. Drew takes the first pitch strike from Jason Frazier. Boy, Frazier came on and got out of a tough jam. Second and third, 2 outs, facing Adrian Beltre, a red-hot hitter. And he got him to ground out to third. Fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes. Umpire taking care of the catcher early in the game, and the catcher taking care of the umpire here as Jeff Kellogg got hit with that foul ball. Molina got smoked in the mask earlier in the game and rocked him a bit.
He also got hit by a backswing. Jose did by David Ortiz.
Strike 3 called. J.D. Drew looks at the inside pitch, and he is called out. First out here in the 7th.
Jason Frazier's got a good fastball, and he shows it right here, right on the inside corner, right at the knees. You can't throw it any better than that.
Pinpointed that inside corner. Mike Cameron. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, falls behind Jason Frazier. A ball, no balls and a strike. He was hit on the right arm by a pitch from Brandon Morrow. Came in to score on the RBI base hit by Marco Scudero. Good slider. A ball and 2 strikes. Strike 3 call. Another fastball catches another Red Sox batter. Looking. Frazier went to the outside corner and dropped the fastball on Cameron.
He's got that pitch down today, doesn't he? Right on the outside corner. He takes that 2-seamer right on the corner. Good job by Molina just sitting there receiving that ball. 2 strikeouts now for Frazier. Third time that Cameron's gone down swinging this afternoon.
And now someone has been thrown out, and I would imagine it's Mike Cameron who's come out on the field with Terry Francona. Cameron will be escorted back to the dugout by, well, he's going to go back on his own. Francona's going to continue the argument with Jeff Kellogg. And now Francona is pretty animated too, and he's probably going to get a little time off. And there it is. Red Sox have been called out 6 times here this afternoon. And several times the hitters have disagreed. Francona's very animated. You don't see him this hot very often, but he doesn't agree with the strike zone, or has he all afternoon. So Cameron is gone out of this game, so is the manager. Larry Vano, crew chief, listening to Francona as Kellogg has stepped aside.
Yeah, that's what they do. You got to come in and separate yourself, separate the manager with the umpire in charge. Francona's going to leave without getting his money's worth.
Well, Cito Gaston very upset earlier in the game when Kevin Youkilis was awarded first base when he claimed he was hit by a pitch. Kellogg didn't call it initially. He had a conference. The umpires in the field reversed the call. Now Terry Francona has his argument with the umpires, and he's been ejected. 2 outs. Bill Hall will bat. Mike Cameron also has been ejected from the ball game. Hall cuts on the slider and misses.
He's throwing strikes.
Nothing like it.
Yeah. And he's mixing his pitches well. He's in one of those zones right now where everything up there feels good coming out of his hand. He's in a good rhythm. With the All-Star break coming up, just let him go. Because right now the Red Sox can't touch him.
No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Just missed the outside corner. Why not go right back out there? That's where he got Drew. That's where he got Cameron. That glove side fastball has been good. Hall got a piece of it. Stay alive. Blue Jays trying to snap a 7-game losing streak to the Red Sox in this ballpark. Boston has run 7 in a row here at Rogers Center, including a 14-3 laugher last night. Hit off. Frazier let one get away. It looked like a changeup that hit him. Sailed up and in. Frazier had 2 strikeouts. Bill Hall's not really happy about it. Frazier walked over near the first base line just in case. Larry Vanover now arguing with him to get back on the mound. Vanover sensed what was going on. He saw Hall's reaction. Well, he said, wait a minute now. That was a changeup. We hit him in the back, and I know it hurts. But there was no intent.
No, you got a 3-run lead, 2 outs, 2 strikes. Why would he hit on purpose the number 9 hitter? I know it doesn't feel good.
Well, Bill Hall is hit by a pitch. He's at first with 2 outs, and now there'll be a pinch hitter. Eric Patterson will come on to pinch hit. Patterson came on as a defensive replacement in yesterday's game and had 3 at-bats, was 1 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. I would imagine DeMarlo Hale is making the calls now. He's the bench coach for Terry Francona. 2 outs, man on. Right back in the strike zone is Frazier. 28th time for Terry Francona that he's been thrown out of the game. There's Hale with the lineup cards in his hand. He is the bench coach, formerly the third base coach of this ballpark. No balls and a strike. Up and away, 1-1.
Patterson has pinch hit 8 times this year. He also has just 1 hit. That 1 hit was a home run. Looks like a totally different hitter than the one we saw earlier this year when he was with the Oakland A's.
Fastball on the corner. A ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Blue Jays with a 3-run lead. They lead it 8-5. Patterson stays alive. Two and two. Red Sox about hit the Blue Jays 10-9. But the Blue Jays have outscored Boston 8-5. Multiple home runs again today for the Blue Jays. Alex Gonzalez, a 2-run home run. Adam Lim, a solo shot. There goes Bill Hall. Swing and a miss. Patterson goes down swinging. Jason Frazier strikes out the side. 3 strikeouts. Second time today the reliever has struck out 3 in an inning. Sean Camp did it early. Now Jason Frazier. At 1:07 p.m., it'll be Jesse Litch taking the mound against Daisuke Matsuzaka. For tickets, call 416-341-1234. Or you can log on to BlueJays.com or stop by at most Rogers Plus locations.
A couple of changes for the Red Sox. New center fielder Darnell McDonald takes over after Mike Cameron was thrown out of the game. There's Kevin Cash, who is now the catcher.
Hot shot off the bat of Overbay right to Bill Hall. Gloved, and Overbay is retired. 1 out. So McDonald's in center, Cash is behind the plate. DeMarlo Hale has just popped out of the dugout. He's already called to the bullpen, and Dustin Richardson will leave the ball game. Right-hander will come on to face Edwin Encarnacion. Red Sox trail by 3 with 1 out here in the 7th. Ramon Ramirez will come out to face Edwin Encarnacion. new pitcher for the Red Sox will be Ramon Ramirez, the right-hander. He's in to face Edwin Encarnacion with 1 out.
Came over from Kansas City before the start of last season and won 7 games. Out of the bullpen for the Boston Red Sox, looking for his first win this year. He's 0-2, ERA of 4.76. There are his numbers. He came over here in the Coco Crisp trade before last season.
Off-speed pitch, changeup, finds the strike zone. Ball on the strike to Encarnacion. He went too far. Ramirez out in front of ball and 2 strikes on Encarnacion. Line drive right left field, and Nava gets over. He can't get it. Encarnacion's around first. Here comes the throw from left field. It's going to be close, and he is out. Looks like Encarnacion may have been tagged in the face with that head-first slide. Bill Hall attending to it. What a throw by Nava as he came off the wall and threw a one-hop strike to second. He's been impressive.
Yeah, he really has, with the bat and now with his glove and arm in left field. Encarnacion smokes the ball to left field. Nava plays it quick. This is a long throw, but it's accurate. Paul does a good job of getting the glove down quickly. Not a bad idea by Encarnacion to try and get into scoring position. There's the tag right in the face of Edwin Encarnacion for the second out.
He hit it hard, and certainly a good time to take that gamble.
Sure.
Force the defense to make a play, and Nava did. 2 outs. Jose Molina takes a strike. Like that tag hit him right in the nose. Molina rips it. Don't hit it to him. He's caught everything he's seen today. Adrian Beltre's had a terrific day defensively. He robs Molina twice. Offers on quality vehicles. Summer's a great time to buy a Toyota. Mark Zepchinski comes out of the bullpen to make his first career relief appearance. And we talked about the possibility of seeing him. Here he is right now to start the 8th inning.
We saw him on Wednesday make a start. 11 starts last year for the Blue Jays, 1 more. 12 altogether. This is his first relief appearance. There are his numbers. He pitched into the 6th inning on Wednesday, gave up 8 hits, had 7 strikeouts in just 1 base on ball. And I think the thinking here is we need an extra arm, so why not get a guy who throws lots of strikes? That's what we need here. Give us a bridge inning or maybe a couple of batters, whatever it's going to take here for Zepchinski in the 8th inning.
There are people in the organization that think Zepchinski might be best suited to pitch out of the bullpen because he's got that great curveball. And he can come in and throw it at any time. And boy, you talk about a weapon. Played in the ball game 1 time through the order.
Right, 1 time through, right?
Yeah.
And he throws strikes.
Not to suggest that he can't be a good starter, but he might even be better suited to pitch out of the pen. There's the first pitch back to the backstop. Marco Scutero, another good day at the plate. A couple of base hits. He's driven in a run and scored a run. Fastball for a strike.
This is his throw day, Zepchinski's throw day, because he threw on Wednesday. And when you throw on the side, you're only throwing maybe 25, 30 pitches.
Yeah, they don't throw much in their side work. Just try to knock off the rough edges and identify a couple of things and shut her down. Hit him. Got ahead of him, a ball and 2 strikes, and hits Scutero with a fastball, and he's on first. Leadoff man reaches. Boy, that's his job, get on base, and he's done it 4 times this afternoon.
Sometimes the hard way. It's a 2-strike pitch off the arm area. Got on through an error, also his first time up, and a couple of base knocks.
Now Daniel Nava, we'll see him back from the right side for the first time this afternoon. Nava's had a couple of doubles in, driven in 2. Let's take a last look at this pitch from Zepchinski.
Wanted to go inside, and Scutero can't bend out of the way fast enough. Looks like it got him in the forearm area.
Daniel Nava, the switch hitter, takes the first pitch strike. Nava got a lot of national attention when he hit his first major league home run on the first major league pitch he'd ever seen. It came a month ago today. Grand slam home run. Outside, a ball on the strike. Way outside. Zepchinski let that breaking ball get away from him. I mentioned this is his first relief appearance, and it wasn't a surprise, obviously. He was well aware there was this possibility.
Theodore Gaston and Bruce Walton would tell him about that. We saw him down there about the 3rd inning. Down in the bullpen.
Off the plate outside, 3-1. David Ortiz is on deck, big left-handed hitter. This is the reason that Zepchinski had a little time to work here, focusing on Ortiz, as he would represent the tying run if Nava gets aboard. Foul back. Full count. Nobody out here in the 8th. Blue Jays with a 3-run cushion. We're tied at 5-all after 4 innings. Blue Jays added 2 in the 5th and 1 in the 6th. Full count. Got him. There's that breaking ball. Now the waves at the breaking ball from Mark Zepchinski, and good for Jose Molina. He called a breaking pitch with a full count.
And not afraid to throw it either. With the tying run laying on deck, Nava swings half-heartedly at that pitch, fooled by that breaking ball. A big first down, and now you've got Ortiz at the plate. The shift comes around now, even with the left-hander on the mound for the Blue Jays.
Ortiz 0 for 3 against Zepchinski. Missed with the fastball. Bruce Walton has just popped out of the dugout. He's going to come out and talk with Mark Zepchinski, his first relief appearance in his career. And Walton didn't hesitate. Boy, he jumped right out of that dugout and said, okay, let's go out here and see if we can't help this kid with the game plan here. And we've seen this often with Bruce.
Yeah. It instills some confidence, maybe about what you want to do. You know, let's use your fastball a little bit more, whatever. Zepchinski, I thought, had a solid start with those 7 strikeouts, pitching into the 6th inning in his start on Wednesday. Doesn't have that command so far, the first 3 batters that we have seen in this inning.
I think the whole value of that meeting is to free up Zepchinski. Bruce Walton goes out there and gives him the game plan. Takes all that responsibility away from the young pitcher. Another good breaking ball. Instead of having Zepchinski stand out there by himself and think about what he's going to do to David Ortiz, you come out and say, okay, Jose, what do you want to do here? Let's do this. And you talk it over and then say, okay, Mark, this is what we're going to do. Just give him the opportunity to execute and not have to think.
So whatever it is, use your breaking ball a little bit more. Fastball's on the inside part of the plate. Remember who's hitting. Use that curveball. That would certainly free up a player's mind.
Zepchinski out in front of Ortiz, a ball and 2 strikes. Scudero at first. Got it. That's what we were talking about. That good curveball coming out of the bullpen can neutralize some potent left-handed bats.
So let's use it. And he does it. 3 straight to Ortiz. This one caps it off in a good spot, down and away. Big Papi doesn't have a chance on that one.
Now Zepchinski gets his man. The focus of this entire outing was David Ortiz. And he gets him, strikes him out after striking out Nava, and Cito Gaston will take the ball. A job well done by Mark Zepchinski. It'll be the closer, big Kevin Gray, coming on with 2 outs here in the 8th. authority of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership. Junior J Saturday here at Rogers Center. Kevin Gregg with 2 outs here in the 8th on to face Kevin Euclid. Euclid fouls the first ball off his foot.
Last time we saw Kevin Gregg was 3 days ago when he picked up his 19th save in 22 opportunities against the Minnesota Twins. Gregg threw an inning that night.
1, 2, 3 inning. He made quick work of the bottom third of that Twins lineup. Saved that game. The winner was Scott Downs. Breaking ball missed. A ball on a strike. Kevin Euclid had a single in his first at bat, then struck out twice before he was hit by a pitch in the 6th. Lifted to center field. Routine play for Brendan Wells. Kevin Gregg gets out of it. Kevin Gregg retires, the only batter he faces here in the 8th inning. Blue Jays 3 runs up on the Red Sox. Burger King, home of the Whopper.
Fred Lewis has had a great day, and he's going to cap it with a check swing. Just out of the reach of Beltre. Adrian Beltre has caught everything in this series so far. He can't come up with that one, and he'll go as extra bases, 2 RBIs. Put the Blue Jays ahead back in the 5th inning.
Fred Lewis has been on base all 4 times here this afternoon. He doubled in the 1st, doubled in the 5th. Scored 2, driven in 2. And just for good measure, he walked twice. Deuces are wild for Fred Lewis.
Did you mention his stolen bases?
2 stolen bases. Attaboy, Tabby. A ball and no strikes. Big swing and a miss from Lewis.
Ramirez has a good changeup. That is a pitch that he will go to and use for strikeouts when he's behind.
Bouncing ball, tough play. Beltre in front of the shortstop in time to get Lewis. Boy, he can range far and wide. The toughest play he had all day might have been taking that throw from Euclid after he made the play. Euclid firing the ball around the infield, threw it from about 25 feet away.
Fired up. Beltre getting a little laugh about it. But you're right about the range. Watch where he starts off Anytime a third baseman can catch that ball in front of the shortstop, his angle's a little bit better. Makes him throw the Euclid.
One out here in the 8th. Alex Gonzalez. A double and a home run. He's driven in 3. He's up to 50 RBI now. It's this ball deep left field line. Nava on the run. Nava on the track. Nava's there to make the catch. Gonzalez just got out in front of it. Looked like he hit that one off his front foot.
Which isn't a bad idea. He hit a breaking ball for a home run earlier today. Stayed back on it that time a little bit out in front.
Two outs. Jose Bautista takes the first pitch fastball off the plate. Bautista will be headed to his first All-Star game. Leave Sunday and go out to Anaheim. There's a drive left field. Nava's not going to get this one. This ball is gone. Number 24 for Jose Bautista. The Blue Jays lead it 9-5.
By the way, you pad your stats before the All-Star break so they look nice and pretty when they go up on the board on Tuesday night. Off-speed pitch, stay back, and then explode. That leg kick with the timing really helped him out that time. No doubt about that one. Right into the second deck.
The home runs just keep on coming. 3 more this afternoon. The 7th straight game with multiple home runs. 1 off the franchise record. 8 consecutive games with multi-home runs. Brendan Wells, high fly ball, center field. Darnell McDonald on the warning track will hold in. Brendan Wells just missed it. Blue Jays will go to the 9th, leading by 4. Along with a World Cup preview. Get connected right after the game. Lots to talk about. Another big home run day for the Blue Jays, and Bautista, Jose Bautista, with his 24th home run of the season. Adrian Beltre swings at the first pitch from Kevin Gregg and hops out to the second baseman. Blue Jays on the verge of snapping a 7-game losing streak to the Red Sox here at Rogers Center.
And they've had to come back to do it. That's the thing that is impressive. They got behind in the first inning. They came back with 3 in the bottom of the first. The Red Sox scored 4 over the next 2 innings to take a 5-3 lead, but the Jays just kept coming. The bats waking up in the long ball in the bullpen. Camp with an inning and 2/3. Frazier with an inning and a third. Zabchinski with 2/3, and Greg looking to finish it up has done a nice job.
J.D. Drew, a ball on the strike. Craig misses away. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Foul. Kevin Gregg came on to get the final out in the 8th inning. For his career, he is 12 of 16 in save opportunities of an inning or more. Done a pretty good job, and he's certainly been rested of late. Hasn't had that many opportunities. J.D. Drew pokes it over the third baseman's head. That'll get down for a base hit. Fred Lewis, by the time he gets it, Drew's at second base. A little flare into left field, and Encarnacion going out. Lewis, no chance at all, and it's a 1-out double for J.D. Drew.
Makes a good pitch, breaks his bat, and it's extra bases. That runner doesn't mean anything at second base. You're up by 4 runs. Here's the pitch from Greg, down and away. He's got Drew out on his front foot, breaks his bat, and he picks up an extra base hit.
So Kevin Cash will be the batter. He came on defensively and went into Mike Cameron's spot in the lineup. Cameron was ejected after his strikeout in the 7th inning. Cash late on a fastball. Kevin Cash, a former Blue Jays draft pick. This season, he split time with the Astros. That's where he started. Boston acquired him, reacquired him from Houston. Bouncing ball. Kevin Gregg, bare hands, and throws out Kevin Cash. Great concentration by Kevin Gregg. In an awkward position, the only way he could grab it was with his bare hand. That ball had a lot of spin on it. He made a good play.
Yeah, he certainly did. The big ticket gets off the mound quickly with those big bare paws. Goes over and grabs that ball barehanded. Cutter down and away. Sets himself right there. Just plucks it right out of the air. And makes the out at first base.
He did a pretty good job of slowing down just before he grabbed that ball. He was really focused on that ball and smothered it with those big hands. 2 outs now. Bill Hall takes the first pitch strike. Kevin Gregg looking for his 20th save. That should do it. Jose Bautista calls for it, makes the catch. The Blue Jays have snapped a 7-game losing streak to the Red Sox here at Rogers Center.
What a job by the bullpen after Brandon Morrow goes 4 innings. They come in and they slam the door against the highest scoring team in the American League, giving up just 3 hits and no runs. Good job by the 5 relievers today.
Well, the Blue Jays will have a chance to win this series tomorrow in the rubber game of this 3 games. Jesse Litch will go to the mound to face Daisuke Matsuzaka. Blue Jays win at 9-5. Stay tuned for Connected with Jamie Campbell.